make any sense.
But I have heard about people getting like pulled in, like big guys getting pulled in by like a riptide, and they're just like out to sea. And you hear a couple of those, and you're like,
Yeah.
The documentary of a documentary.
Hey everyone, welcome back to NOTIERS Frontiers Diaries. In this episode, we are going to talk about the incredible Overland Expo Mountain West that we just came from.
Indeed. We are still in the foothills of Colorado somewhere, northern Colorado. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll make sure to give you a shot of what we see because it's fabulous.
As you may recall, in the last episode, we had a bit of a hiccup coming here. The bike actually kind of broke down over the Mississippi River on a bridge, and we weren't even able to make it into Iowa. But through the wonderful generosity of an incredible friend, Pete West, we got towed all the way out here to Colorado, and he got his friends to help out, and now the bike is functioning.
Yay! So yeah, his friend Dr. James, thank you 100%.
Thank you.
He helped me diagnose with a fluke meter. We checked the stator, and then we moved to the resistor. And once we opened up the little resistor from the stator to the battery, fluids just dumped out. And so I could only assume A, that's bad, B, that's not OEM, and C, you later, because we dumped it out.
Ha ha.
And then you don't have to laugh at the bad jokes. You can just let those just go under the table.
It's an okay joke.
But ever since we've dumped that in and then reconnected it, and then I put a couple yards of electric tape to try to weatherproof it more.
Yeah.
But the MTC failure has not popped up again. So we've done some riding around. We've done some stuff that, we've bounced the bike around on, and it seems to be going well. I still have an old faithful general failure light that comes up, but that's almost standard now, so that doesn't concern me. So we were indeed able, thanks to Pete and to Dr. James, ride our motorcycle to the expo, and what an amazing time that was.
Say hi. Getting ready to go to the expo. Woo! Yay! I mean, I know that last year they weren't able to have any of their expos in person, and so this is kind of like the first year of getting on their feet again, but also it's the first time that they've ever had the expo here in Colorado. And so it was a first of many, and we weren't sure how it was going to be received, if people were going to show up and be interested, but it was incredible. We were so
they ended
happy
up selling out.
It
was really, really cool. It was a pretty unique venue, which was nice.
It was. It worked out really well. We were camping, so we were there for 4 days and camping with the other motorcycles.
Indeed.
And that is just so great to be around fellow motorcycle travelers and campers and see kind of what their setup is, but
Yeah.
also to exchange stories back and forth.
And like what technology has come to light in the last 4 years since we've been on the road.
Yeah.
You know, and like, ooh, wow, that's much more convenient, you know. But
It's also really great to see the vendors and exactly like what you're saying, the technology that has changed and evolved and gotten better, and all the dream gear that
yes.
that is out there. And then for us, we were also selling your books.
Our books, you can say, your main character.
Oh yes, thank you.
But yeah, it went really well.
Super well.
We were kind of doing a pseudo Sam Manicom. We wish that he was here beside us because that's, you know, he's a legend.
Yeah.
So we're selling his books and our books as well. And we tried to, Marissa and I, represent the international motorcycle traveling community because
Yeah.
a lot of folks couldn't make it out.
Unfortunately, a lot of people from the UK and Europe weren't able to come this year.
Yeah.
And so
And it's always great back and forth banter between, you know, Simon and Lisa.
Yeah.
And, you know, Ted always makes an appearance, and Sam. So
And unfortunately, all their presences were missed
This
this
is
year,
true.
but we tried to represent, and I think we did a good job.
Yeah.
We gave lots of presentations. We were a part of several round tables that were super awesome about Africa, about South America, about paying bribes and what to do at
traveling
borders.
as a couple.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun running around, you know, selling books, you know, conversing with people.
It was
And,
so much fun.
Yeah, and the days went by so quick.
Yeah.
And like I realized, like half the day would go by, and then I realized I'm like I haven't eaten anything.
Yeah.
Like, this is we need to consume
to eat.
some more energy. But,
And then we would eat. And on Saturday night was the Moto party, which was one of our biggest meals of the weekend
This is
because the meal is cooked for
Provided.
everyone there. Yeah, so if you get a ticket for the Moto party, then you also get this incredible meal. And it was a really special moment because Pete West, who had gotten us out of that situation in Iowa, was acknowledged by the Overland Expo.
And so we thank everybody at the Overland Expo as well as Pete West for, I mean, there's layers of caring about the community, right? Like Pete took it upon himself to care
Yeah.
about us, right? And it was just a superhero in the making. And then it was cool for the Overland Expo and the staff to realize, you know that one of their own,
Yeah.
was out there stranded, and you know somebody else in the community cared enough. So it's just this layering of just awesome
Awesomeness.
people that goes all the way down to us who just get broke down, and that was our only contribution to, you know.
It
but-
brought tears to my eyes.
was
I mean,
crazy
here's
awesome.
the thing is that, like, we overland on a motorcycle, and that is great in of itself. But what makes it even better is all the other people that are involved in that. We like to think we're self-sufficient, but we're absolutely not. No one, I think, ever really is. We're completely dependent on this world and the people that make this all possible. And we are so grateful and so thankful for all of them. And for all of you viewers out there who have helped us, you know, whether it's a gallon of gas down the road or just a thumbs up, we are thankful for all of you. So thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
You have gotten us here, and it is so beautiful.
This is very true.
So we had a great time. The weather was wonderful. The first night at the expo was very windy, and I was concerned, like gusts. Like I thought it might tornado.
And Mike Tornado.
Yeah, it might like make a tornado.
We had just made a new banner, like, you know, it says two up traveling together or whatever.
For the book booth.
You know, the book booth, so it's NOTIERS, Frontiers, and we taped it on top of the little tent. And all I can think all night is like, my poor little banner is being abused and torn and it's going to be gone. But thankfully,
It was fine.
the banner survived. Well earned
Yay.
$50. And
There was a little bit of damage done by the very high winds that night for some of the people at the expo, and so that was a real tragedy. But I was very happy to see that things went on, and the rest of the weather was perfect, fantastic.
And right where we were camping was a couple months prior a bunny breeding zone, and so now all the bunnies have
there are baby bunnies everywhere. It was like
so
Easter.
Cool. Yeah, you just walk around and like they blend in so nicely that it's like the ground just kind of moves and shifts, and you're like, oh,
so many baby bunnies.
Yeah.
It was super cute.
So from baby bunnies to blowing banners, it was an amazing event, and we thank everybody that was involved.
Thank you.
So one of the coolest parts of this whole Overland experience is that they also reached out to us to be part of a Why We Roam series.
So exciting.
And this is a professional film crew that we've tagged along with for the last couple of days out here in the beautiful foothills of the
Rocky Mountains.
And it's just been so exciting.
It's so cool. It's so cool. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Basically, they're doing a series about, well, it's called Why We Roam, which kind of encapsulates the whole meaning behind it of interviewing different overlanders and what are the motivations behind them traveling the world by road. And so we were invited to be a part of it, which we're just super pumped about.
So cool.
So cool.
Little cameras that they hook up to the back of their car, and then you tailgate them as close as you can.
I mean, you were like 6 inches away
close.
From that car, like going down the highway. It was incredible.
And then we found some cool off-road spots that we went down, and they had a drone, and then there's just so fun.
We've never done anything like that.
Oh God,
before.
no! We have a GoPro Hero 6.
Right.
That's our greatest technology.
Yeah. So this was it felt a little bit like being a movie star. It had that same kind of feeling. It was cool.
It was cool. Maybe not quite movie star to me, but like interesting documentary.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that we were involved has been just really interesting. And they show us a little bit of the sneak preview footage.
Whoa!
It just blows my mind.
It looks like a commercial.
It looks like
so cool.
A KTM commercial. If you could, realize it's a KTM behind all the stickers. But so that's been just a blast. A big shout out and thank you to Jackson.
Yes.
In Kingston. It's just been.
Thank you guys so much.
You've made.
Dreams come true.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. So we can't wait for you guys to see that as well. Mm-hmm. But please do stay tuned to our channel as well, even though it might be on the more amateur quality versus
real,
the
though.
next
It's
one.
real.
The other one is real too. The other one's real badass.
Yeah.
But this is more one-on-one.
More intimate.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time, the next episode.
Indeed.
And please give us a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to our channel below, and we hope to see you next time.
See you next time. We'll be in Flagstaff.
Woo!
And then we'll be at it'll be Virginia.
Yes.
East.
Yes.
So all the hat trick of happiness of the Overland Expos.
That's right.
See you on the road, guys.
Bye.
Peace.